Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Aungelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Happy May the 25th, and today I'll be talking about the White Label Expo, World Expo. Paiton and I got in the car and we went to do a road trip all the way to we're going to stop off some places and have a little bit of fun. So we went actually from Houston, Texas, through Katy, of course over through New Mexico, El Paso, over through Arizona, through Las Vegas, and then we went back up to Utah. The event was in Las Vegas, so we thought, okay, it would be probably safer for us to just get on the road. I had never gone, and that was something that I wanted to do for the next couple of years, is go to some of the big events that I have never been to, just to kind of see, well, what is that event all about? So this year I decided to go to the White Label World Expo, and if you don't know, I'll explain to you what
people didn't understand that.
So it says on their website, it said why you should attend the White Label event. It says the White Label Expo is the USA's leading event. It's the leading event for resellers. You hear that? Resellers of white label goods, and will be home to over 300 exhibitors. Now, I will be honest with you, there were over 300 exhibitors. And by 300 exhibitors, I mean there were probably about 290 CBD resellers there. So that was the only thing that I saw that was like, when I got there, I really wanted to see more of the women products, like the makeup and the oils and, you know, different things that they could white label. That's what I really wanted to see, more products that were focused toward women, like, you know, makeup and face products and hair products and things like that. But I still have to say it was really a very interesting experience. We got a chance to meet, hundreds of people, and not just attendees, but people who actually were at the event as exhibitors. And that's one thing that I make it a point of is, you know, when I walked in the door and I literally saw that there were a room full of people, I thought, okay, I have to meet everybody in this room, because there probably was about 300 vendors, and I wanted to just meet them all. So I'm going to just give you the difference in some of these labels in case you're thinking about getting a Shopify account, or you want to sell on Amazon or on Etsy or somewhere else. So let's start from the beginning. What do people mean when they say private?
That's so cool. Like a mother-daughter podcast?
Yes. And so
okay, don't take this the wrong way. Very pretty. People get mad at me.
Why?
You know how it is these days? And we were just like, right?
Too moving ruined it for everybody.
I know, right?
For example, like a Walgreens. A private label. Now, private label is when you buy a product directly from the manufacturer and you place your own logo on it and brand it generally for something that you're going to be selling. So if you're buying like a generic product and you're selling it with your own logo on it. So, for example, if you wanted to start selling the little spinners, the spinners already exist, but if you put your name on it and you say, you know, these are Jeffrey spinners, then that means that that's what you're doing. And then finally, white label. White label product is a product or a service produced by one company, the producer. Then the other company, which is the marketer, rebrands it to make it look as if they made it themselves. For example, let's say you were selling hair bun rubber bands, and you find somebody like Salma Hayek, and she's going to promote that product for you. You're going to buy it because she promoted it to you, and because maybe you like her as an actress or whatever. But it really was a really good event. I have to say, even Paiton said she had a good time. We came back with bags and bags and bags and bags of things. I'm telling you, I had way more CBD gummies than I would ever try, because I I'm not into it. So it was very confusing for me to sit down, and I was actually, and I'll get to show you on the Saturday show what all products we came away with. Mostly just samples, some full-size products. There were so many different people there. Like I said, from CBD, I would say that was 95% of the room was somebody selling CBD. And then you came away with maybe about 4 or 5 people who had handmade soap. You had maybe a few handful of some oil, people who created different oils and things for the body. And then maybe you had a couple of people who had a couple of things for pain. But of course they say CBD takes care of pain and all of that too. So it was quite interesting. Again, we were on a mission of a road trip, and we knew that we had several things we could stop and we could do alongside the road trip. So that was not an issue, actually. It was just a point of wanting to have fun. I walked into the actual Las Vegas Convention Center, and I just was like, wow, I love the way it was set up. It was ready for you to go from table to table. They gave you a bag so that when you meet the vendors and they give you the free products, you could put it in there. But it was very interesting. Again, I'm on a mission in the next couple of years to attend some of the bigger events that I've never gone to before. And I know another event that's on my list is the CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Expo. I cannot wait to go to that, and that's supposed to be in January, and it's also in Las Vegas, and I am pretty excited to go because I want to see all of the new technology with the robots. I want to see all of the new technology with the synths. I want to see all of the new technology with where we're going with phones and computers. I just want to see really all of that technology. So if you've ever made a list of big events that have been on your bucket list for you to go to, share them with us, please. I want to share a few of mine with you. I've only been to the Essence Festival once, but it's coming up this year in July, and I'll be on a road trip, so I think I will put it on the schedule for 2023, because that road trip that I'm going on in July is only every 2 years, so next year it won't be happening. This White Label World Expo was something. 2021, we experienced a fantastic event in Miami called Art Basel, and we've got that on the list, and that's every year in December, the first weekend in December. I think I put on my list, it was something else I put on my list that I just missed that I normally go to. Oh, VidCon. We didn't get a chance to actually go to VidCon, even though we bought tickets, but at the last minute they had some discrepancies against what they wanted to do with COVID stuff, and since I'm not participating, just went ahead and canceled that. So maybe I'll put them on the June 2023 list. But there are just some events that I would like to go to once. And once will be good enough. Once will be good enough for me to get the lay of the land and how it works out, or to get an opportunity for you to meet people. It'll give you an opportunity. I know there are a couple of women's expos that are going to be in other cities that I want to go to. I missed the one in Atlanta in May, so I'll probably try to go to the one that's coming up in November. Not sure, depends on if I get a group of people who would like to go. That's the one thing I hope that women understand, especially women in business, that you understand that when you get out and you network and you meet other women, it's how you become top of mind. It's how you build your network list. It's how you build your social list. It's how you end up with travel buddies. It's how you end up collaborating for business opportunities with people. Is you got to get out and network. And what a better place to meet someone than to be at an expo event where they're there for business and you're there for business, and you both meet and you get to talk about business. It's kind of like my car club, and I'll be doing a show on car culture-ish in the next few weeks, but it's kind of like my car club. I don't know what any of them do for business. I don't know how many children they have. I don't know who lives in their household. I don't know the color of the carpet on their floors or their flooring. I don't know anything, but we drive these particular cars, and we like discussing those cars. We like getting together for play dates with those cars. That's just what we do. As far as like personal business,
if I don't use it, then my body falls apart. I use it when I know
since 2011 officially, but 2009
so it allows me to get back on,
kind of car.
You know, and do my workout and not be like, I hit it so hard on Monday, I can't work out the rest of the week. And so, again,
met other people who had
my
the
wife
same enthusiasm as I have, and that's how I feel about getting out to these different expos. Now, there's a couple of travel expos that are coming up. I can't wait to go to at least one of those this year or next because I want to sit down and talk with different travel agents. I'm getting ready to have a show. We're getting ready to have a show coming up about travel agents and all of the tips and tricks of the trade post-COVID and post-pandemic and everything. So that's going to be pretty interesting to be able to see, what travel agents have to say about that. I'm getting ready to start interviewing a couple of other mothers that are in business and just seeing how they make their dynamics work and everything. So, we got a really great lineup of conversations coming this summer. And I'll tell you, if you're wondering why this show could have seemed like it came out late, it's because it did. Let me tell you something just for future. If you do any kind of video podcasting or any kind of videos, period, that are more than 30 minutes, it may not get uploaded in any hotel. And I'm going to tell you, I stay in some of the best hotels, but the Wi-Fi just don't work right. It just do not work right now. I often wonder if you brought your own Wi-Fi, if you brought your own Wi-Fi thing, if it would work better that way, because it did not work this way for me. I spent at least 3 hours trying to get a video to do what it needed to do, and it wouldn't. And so I had to wait till I got back. I had to, clean my computer, get all the old videos and everything off of it and onto a jump drive and then get these up. So if you're seeing this video a little later, it is because I could not upload any videos on the road, in the car, with the hotspot, in the hotel, with the actual, because I wasn't plugged into the Ethernet, I was just on their Wi-Fi. And so that's just a little
T-Mobile.
safe warning. But yeah, look at some of the events that you can go to, whether it's business focused, or it's hobby focused, or it is future focused, or it is just basically female focused. Get out to some of these events. There's a lot of events going on right now where you can meet a lot of them. There's a lot of different expos going on. There's a lot of Saturday morning lunches happening. There's a lot of meeting and greets going on all around the world now that everything's kind of out about feeling a little bit more comfortable out there in the world. And I suggest that you get involved on it because it's just a really great time with just meeting different people and getting the personal. Now, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect, but it does mean that you put yourself in a position that you could meet some great people. You put yourself in a position where you could get to introduce your business to other folks. It puts yourself in a position where people will know about what you have to offer. I was so excited to talk to people about the podcast and let them know what kind of people we're looking for the podcast, and having them introduce their products, and people just handing us stuff and saying, hey, yeah, we'd like for you to do a review, which I'll be doing a lot of reviews on different things in the next few weeks, but just people telling us, hey, yeah, we would like for you to review it. If you've ever also been on any of the different sellers sites on Instagram, we met a lot of them at the White Label event. I'm looking for more types of events that have dynamic expos. I will say also, just wrapping this up, expos are not like they have been. In the last couple of years, they haven't been like they used to be. You used to be able to go to an expo and there would be literally 1,000 vendors and 10 to 15,000 people. I have not seen that since 2018-19, and that was a big expo that I went to here in Houston. And so I'm just going to keep checking them out and keep doing my support part, which is showing up and being there. One more tidbit: the tickets for the White Label event, they were free in Vegas. They do 3 events a year. They do 2 in other places, and one of them is international. It's kind of like Art Basel. They do 2 other international events, and they end it in Miami, which is awesome. It's the 3rd and 4th weekend. So if you can be there the whole week, be there the whole week leading up to the weekend of the 5th, because it's going to be really on. It's just a great place to have fun, great place to be, get to the beach, meet tons and tons and tons of people, come home with tons and tons of bags of great products and just people you've met. And I'll give you one more tip before I leave. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel, mother-daughter-ish_. Make sure you hit the little subscribe button here for the conversations that we're having here. But one more tip: if you have any kind of business, make sure you put your QR code on every single thing you have, on your t-shirt, on your banner, on your postcards that you're giving out, on your business card, because if they don't want to click any little fingers, because, you know, people in a microwave society, if they don't want to click anything to find you, all they got to do is just put their phone up to the QR code and boom, you're there. All right. Thanks for listening to our show today, and enjoy our next few shows. Bye for now.